Hi, welcome to Svaram Tech YouTube channel. In our previous class, we discussed what is the bits and what is the bytes. Okay. Today, we discussed clearly on what is the signed numbers and what is the unsigned numbers, and also how they differ in memory representation and where to use these signed and unsigned numbers. Okay, let's get into this video. What is a signed number? You know, both positive and negative values. For example, -1, 2, -5, 5, etc. What is unsigned? You know, only positive numbers including 0. Okay, this is a basic thing. What is a signed and what is a unsigned? Example 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. Okay, next. Computer can understand only binary numbers. Only binary, but user understand numbers. So let's say, suppose for example take 1. How you can represent in binary? So this is our next class, but for example, let's say this one, how decimal to binary conversion in our next class we can discuss. Let's say 1 represent in binary this one. So user understand this language, but computer can understand this language. Okay, so how they differed computer for signed and unsigned. So see that these MSB bit can represent signed bit in signed numbers. So MSB 0 represent positive, 1 represent negative for signed numbers. So what is unsigned numbers representation? So same thing, including this bit. So all bits used for every bit counts for a number in unsigned numbers. Let's say unsigned 8-bit number, 8-bit representation. So the maximum range of these unsigned numbers are 2 power 8, 256, that is 0 to 255 maximum values representation. But but signed 8-bit value, how we can represent? Same thing, the range is 256, but the values are 256, but actual range is minus 128 to plus 127. So total count are 256, but here also 256, but the actual difference is these two. Okay, unsigned means only positive numbers representation, signed means the negative numbers representation and positive numbers representation. This is a major thing. Let's say one example. Okay, so let's say plus 5. What is the binary representation? This one. Okay, minus 5. How you can represent? Okay, let's say the any negative number we can convert binary. Two steps are there. One is first convert positive value into complement the positive value, then add plus 1. Same thing, minus 5, first convert plus 5 into the binary, then complement that, then add 1. So this bit represent computer as signed bit. Okay, this is a major thing. Okay, see one example for this. So let's say unsigned char range is 8 bits. Okay, so just take 1 0 and signed same 0, just subtract 1. So just we can print the values. So first one unsigned, what is printing? 255, and second one minus 1. Why? Because so unsigned range is just 0 to 255. Okay, but signed range is, see this, unsigned range is 0 to 255 only. If in case it can occur in negative, it can convert always positive. Okay, so this one. And another example is, let's say take 5. Okay, just minus 5, and I can place minus 5. We can comment these two. See what happened. See, signed representation is negative numbers also, but unsigned representation positive numbers. Okay, so for clearly understand, I can make one round shape. You take one circle, you can bring 0 to 0, 1, 2 and so on, 127, 255. Okay, this is 130, 150, like that. Okay. So this is one circle. Okay. So if suppose if you are given, and as well as same for negative numbers also, how you can represent 1 2 3 4, this one -1 -2 -3 -4 and so on, -128. Okay, up to +127. So this representation is signed and this representation is unsigned. Okay, so let's say in the previous example I can make 0 -1. Okay, for positive it can shows 255 because that is unsigned. Negative it shows 1. At the same way -5, how you can represent? So -5, I can make one thing here. Okay, clearly. So again I can take one circle for clear understanding again. Okay, 0 1 2 3 4 5 and so on, 127 128 250 251 52 253 4 and 5. So again for signed 1 2 3 4 5 and so on, 127 here, -1 -2 -3 -4 -5 and so on, -128. So see this. So previously I can take +5, same thing, both are same, +5, but I can take value -5 for unsigned. Output is 250. So same thing. So circle is anti-clockwise direction. The -5 is 250. Okay, but signed same thing, -5 it can print. So this is a circle representation of signed and unsigned for 8-bit data. Okay, so same way for 16-bit data, 32-bit data, 64-bit data, so all things are same. Okay, so I hope you understand this topic. Okay, please, if you understand this topic, please support my channel and also subscribe my channel, like and share to your friends.